listening to Boxing Vibes TV News with JD, the only place for the latest and greatest news in the sport of boxing.
What's up, fight fans? This is JD at BVTV News, and I'm back to give y'all the latest and greatest news in the sport of boxing. With that being said, if this is your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that notification bell. Now, let's get into it. Now, I know we have all been talking a lot lately about the recent suspension of Ryan Garcia for popping positive for Ostarine in his fight with Devin the Dream Haney. And that's been kind of really dominating the headlines as of late, and understandably so. That was a top-notch fight that drew a lot of eyes to the sport, and we all wanted to see the final conclusion after watching him pop positive for Ostarine. But I'm going to be real with y'all. The one thing that has really gone under the radar, and I'm going to keep it real with y'all, what's really gone under the radar is the $1.1 million guaranteed purse that Ryan Garcia is giving back. Now, the reason why that is significant is I know that every boxing fan out there, and I mean every, knows that the real debate for probably the better part of 60 days leading up to that bout on April 20th was the antics and the shenanigans that we all saw from Ryan Garcia. I mean, there wasn't one boxing circle in the whole boxing community that you did not see a couple of people debating back and forth. Is it real? Is it fake? Is he really psychotic? Is he not? Is he really tripping, or is this all a show? Like, does he really need to be admitted to a mental health hospital, or is he just playing all of us, right? And I gotta admit, we actually got our confirmation of all of that once we found out that he was only guaranteed $1.1 million. The reason why that's so significant is because not only did Vegas take a massive L, I mean, Vegas took a massive L, man. Vegas took a massive L, along with a lot of bettors taking a massive L. And a lot of that, you got to admit, even if, you know, a lot of people felt like Haney was going to win, you got to admit that Ryan's antics had a significant play in moving the betting line. Absolutely all of the shenanigans, whether it's smoking weed, drinking beers, you name it, all that stuff that he did for show on IG and all the crazy talk that he did, that absolutely moved the betting line. But I gotta admit, if the whole world had known, including Las Vegas, if they had all known that his guarantee was only $1.1 million, I would venture to say that not that it would have been a 50-50 close betting line, but the betting line would not have been that massively wide if the whole world knew that really Ryan Garcia was only guaranteed $1 million. Now, just off of comparison, right? Let's just do a quick comparison to show you how minuscule of a guaranteed purse that was for Ryan. You got Devin the Dream Haney, who just got ordered to face off against Sandor Martin, and Top Rank offered up about $3 million for that bout. So Devin the Dream Haney, for facing off against Sandor Martin, would have been guaranteed more money to face off against Sandor Martin than Ryan Garcia took as a guarantee to face Devin Haney in one of the most highly anticipated bouts of the past couple of years. So that tells you right there that all along, Ryan Garcia knew that he had to massively pull out any stop necessary to get all his money on the back end. So ultimately, we got our answer that everything was really a fake and smoke and mirrors that Ryan Garcia did. And so I would tell a lot of fans from now on, not that they have to legally do it. You don't really have to legally demand that fighters end up divulging what their purse is, because I feel like in most cases, right? In most cases, I don't genuinely believe that the purse amount matters much as far as how competitive the fight may potentially be, right? But in this rare case with Ryan Garcia, if people knew he was only getting guaranteed $1 million, all of his antics would have been looked at in a whole different light, which altered a lot of money in the sport of boxing. I mean, this is about the closest I've seen to boxing insider trading. You know what I mean? For those who know a little bit about the stock market, insider trading, when somebody ends up getting tipped off about some information that's not privy to the public, that's not put out there to everybody. And so somebody's able to go in and maneuver their stocks and finagle money and finesse things to avoid the losses or gain the wins that the rest of the world and the rest of the public don't have a fair shot to know, right? That's essentially what it is. So essentially, what we had with Ryan Garcia is he knew all along when he was playing crazy in front of everybody that he was only getting $1 million as a guaranteed purse, which you cut that down after taxes. Really, he walked home with about $600K for the fight and then had to literally sit there and wait on the back end from pay-per-view, which even now, after we find out how much he was guaranteed, all this talk from him and Devin Haney about not getting paid yet actually is starting to make sense, because many times with pay-per-view, fighters are not paid immediately a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even a month after from a pay-per-view bout. As a matter of fact, we just had Danny Garcia on the record in the past week talk about how when he fought Errol Spence Jr., it took a year and a half for him to see the last dollars roll in from the pay-per-view between him and Errol Spence. A year and a half, right? For him to get all his money off of that pay-per-view. So it's now making sense when you see Haney and Garcia out here trying to diss and not getting paid, is because clearly it's going to take a while for that pay-per-view money to start rolling in. And I get it. Now, if you're Ryan Garcia and hell, you took essentially $600K after taxes to face off against Devin Haney, you looking around at the time like, hey, man, hey, this $600K ain't nothing, man. Where my money at? But slowly that money is going to trickle in over time. But again, to let you all know, I'm going to be real with y'all, man. A lot of people out there who are heavy sports bettors, heavy into the game of putting big stuff down at the sports book, I would venture to say from now on, let's all learn from Ryan Garcia. You need to know what a fighter's guaranteed purse is, especially when they're doing the antics that we saw Ryan Garcia do. You got to know how much he's really guaranteed, because if everybody knew it was only $1 million that he was guaranteed, everybody would have known that it was all fakery all along. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section about finding out that Ryan only got guaranteed $1 million. So essentially what we thought could be fake or real was absolutely fake all along. And Ryan and so many people profited off of that betting line moving because the public just didn't know that he was guaranteed damn near nothing. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Till next time, this is JD at BBTV News. Deuces.